evening, everyone. We're talking about Kundalini Yoga Teacher Training this evening, and we have special guest, Levi. So I'm going to invite him in. Levi. He is the student who came to me to find out what was Kundalini Yoga, and he did a few classes with me, and then bang, and he ended up on teacher training. So he's going to, of course, give us a bit more information, how it was for him. And whilst we're waiting for him, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I've been practicing Kundalini Yoga and meditation for the past 15 years, and it has changed my life. Literally changed my life. It changed my marriage, changed my health, changed my mindset, changed the way I carried and brought children to this world, changed the way, oh, he's not able to join. Let me try again. Changed the way I treat people around me and changed the way I treat myself, which is the most important thing. So let's invite him again. Okay. If you've just joined, please let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, see me, just give me a plus. And I would really like to know where you're from and what your real name. I know some of you got good nicknames on Telegram, which is easy to identify as names. Alona. But some, of course, have not so easy identifiable ones. So it would be good if you can share your name, your real name. Okay. I'm waiting. I am waiting. I'm just gonna have to let him know that I'm on. For some reason, I'm unable to invite him here. Unable to invite you. Okay, so before coming to Kundalini Levi, all right. So we have him. Okay, there we are. So that should work. Okay, you're here. Hello, good evening. Oh, that's nice. You've got some cats there.
Yeah, we have the kitties. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can. Very well. And we're just welcoming all the people. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. And please just let us know your real name. And if you can hear us and see us okay, just let us know in a comment. That would be wonderful. I am very aware how big I am against you. You're full.
We come back. Oh, I'll come a bit closer.
Yeah.
I'm just going to share as well to my groups.
Yes, of course. So meanwhile, I will let you know that our training is starting 6th of March this year, and training lasts 9 months, but we are only going to meet for 4 days every other month. So you have a lot of integration work to do with yourself, with the practice that is going to be given to you. And we as teachers are there to support you. Amaranya, excited for this interview. Wonderful. We are super excited for this interview. It was, it was a long time when Levi and I saw each other. So to connect like this, it's precious, very precious. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Super. Okay, so do you want to introduce yourself? I've just said a few words. I said that we've met, you came to my classes a few times, and then bang, and you ended up on the teacher training.
Yeah, I did, and it was a very quick process for me and you. I think we were training together for, I think it was about 3 months before you actually said to me, this is something that you need to be involved in. And yeah, it resonated with me completely. I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm in this. And we were talking before about how how quickly I connected with it, and just from the few classes that we'd had, that it was something that I wanted to also bring to the world. And yeah, from then it was like it just flowed so easily. So from that day you suggested the teacher training, so much abundance came into my life, and I was in a position which I wasn't in before at any time to be able to kind of connect to the year, connect to the teacher training. Oh, yeah.
I think I remember from you, one of not many people on that training who managed to actually pay in full the whole
Yeah,
course. Bang on.
and before that, I was in such a bad place financially, and it was a calling from source, you know, just to say, look, this is something that you really need to get into. This is something that is calling to you. And I was in a position, not only financially but also spiritually. I'd spent so long delaying my spiritual journey, and I could feel that even more so when we'd started training, because uh, before that I was in kind of a dark place, and it was self-inflicted, but it was also a denial of my own spiritual journey. Uh, Even the situation, even the kind of the events that leaded up to me coming to that first class with you, was divine planning, because I was talking to a lady called Holly,
Mm-hmm.
so, about yoga, and I was saying that I was just getting back into it. I was doing some stretches, and I was really feeling into it. And she was like, okay, yeah, come and meet my friend Amanjot. Let's do a couple of classes. And we came to you out in the New Forest, and there were horses and animals everywhere, and it was just like, oh my God, this is just meant to be. And we came to your house, didn't we?
Yes,
We
yes, I was teaching in the house then, yeah.
For a private session, it was just the two of us and you. And straight away, I was getting visuals. I was getting so many deep lessons. And this was from the first class, and I was just like, okay, this is it. Because before that, and this is what I really feel is coming from everyone. What I feel is coming from everyone is that there is an innate calling to different states of consciousness, to altered states of consciousness, as to that which we're kind of prescribed to be seeing. And what I mean by that is how people end up going down the wrong path because they know actually what is the right path, but they're not instructed in the right way. So we're told we're just like kind of, we need to do this, we need to like think about money, we need to think about survival, we need to think about kind of reproduction in that sense, because sex, survival, and how we're seen by other people is like are the main tenets of life. And this is what is pushed onto us in a societal kind of paradigm. And what I got from coming to the class with you is like, actually no, we need to bridge with the heart, and we need to move up through those chakras, and that there's no drug, and there's no psychedelic aspect of any sort of medicine that can give you the same as what you can actually create for yourself. I mean, yeah, yeah. And so like this was the first time I'd actually realized that like we have everything that we need already within, and we can actually we can cultivate that. We can cultivate that to a point as to where we actually realize that it's all available to us. And so when I was getting these visuals during these first classes with you, and I think it even surprised you, to be honest, because I was telling you what I was getting out from it, and you were, okay, and then we did more online classes, we did more personal classes as well when I was coming to you, and it came to that point as to where you actually suggested to me that I should move on to the teacher training, because of my accelerated progress with it. But it's worth mentioning that that you do need to have a you have to have a teacher, especially in the start, when you start to feel that awakening, and life or destiny brings you to the point where you're looking for something else, that you have to have some sort of direction. And like, especially with you, Amanjot, you channel, and you actually bring it down that lineage, and this tutelage, this tuition, and this guidance is an ancient technology, and it's older than any of our civilizations. It's been brought down from generation.
That's very true. It comes from the teacher to the disciple. And even in this day and age, it does happen exactly the same way. It comes from the teacher to the student. And the student has to be open enough to receive the teachings, and the teacher just have to show up, and student has to show up. And it's the job of the teacher to help the student open up. And so as teachers, we go in and we open a little bit more, a little bit more, your heart space, a bit more. And yeah, absolutely the same way. And what you were saying about the guide, yeah, it's not possible to learn Kundalini Yoga from the book or just watch some videos online. I know some people do that. They just pick any video and they just go on with it. And a lot of people just practice online without any guidance. That is not safe because you need to make a soul connection with a guide, with a teacher, because then you become teacher's responsibility as much as your own responsibility. There is that relationship. It's not possible to make a relationship with a book or make a relationship with a video on YouTube of a person you've never met. So that is important. And what you were saying about conditioning, like all these things that we focus on, oh, how much money I'm earning, and oh, I need to have a partner, or I need to have children, or oh, I need to have a house, all these thoughts that running around in our head. It's the thoughts of the conditioning we've been brought up, because we never been taught to put our soul first as a priority, to make a connection, to make a relationship with our soul is a priority. That's what we're here for. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way around. In a sense, actually, there isn't anything to awaken, because we're already a spiritual being. It's just to remember and to take the veil off and to take the layers off, to embody ourselves more fully.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And this kind of floats back to what I was saying exactly about already being on a spiritual journey. And the fascinating and amazing thing about life is that if you're already on that path, things will lead you to that way anyway. And this is what I was saying about delaying. I was delaying the process because I could feel myself going that way. And it was like, it was completely ego driven, and that actually takes me to another point of Kundalini, is to help to make your ego serve you rather than you serve the ego. So when we start to actually realize and not kind of take ourselves so seriously, or take our ego so seriously, and realize that the only thing that matters is the direction that your soul is trying to take you into,
Yeah.
then you start to realize that the process is all about letting go of control, surrendering to the process, and understanding, as you say, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience.
Yeah. I like what you said about the surrendering. I really like what you said, because it just brings me back to saying, okay, you cannot surrender to a book. You cannot surrender to a YouTube video. But what you can do when you are in presence of your teacher, because you trust the relationship with that person, then you can surrender. And it's not about surrendering yourself to the teacher. It's surrendering your ego to serve your soul. Because if you, like me, when I was 32, then you will have had 32 years of that conditioning. And all you knew is to follow what your mind tells you. But that could be so wrong, because one day your mind tells you, oh, I love this person, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person, I just want to be with them, da da da. The following day, the same mind about the same person is going to tell you, oh, I hate the guts of this person, don't want to ever see them in my life. Now, how can we trust this? We cannot trust this. It's just not to give us the direction. The only thing that will give us direction is our heart. And this is
I
my
was
son.
just you didn't say that. I was just about to say that, because that is the importance of Kundalini, is to show that this is the bridge to everything. Like we grow up, and it's not our fault, it's conditioning's fault. We grow up focusing on the lower triangle, and we're taught to forget that the heart is the bridge. So connecting to the heart actually opens up a triangle and allows us to see that all of the spiritual aspects of life that are available to us are only available to us if we can connect with the heart. So yeah, no, this is an important step. I'll let you finish. But
Yes, no, thank you, absolutely. Connecting to the heart will allow you to have all of the answers, because you know all the answers. All the answers are within yourself. And the heart doesn't give you options. The heart doesn't say, oh, you turn left, you're going to lose your horse. You turn right, you're going to gain some friends. No, the heart is there to tell you, Tung, this is what you need to do. And the heart doesn't talk to you. It's that inner knowing that that's what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ego makes a choice. Am I going to do it? Am I going to argue with this? Am I going to do something else instead to just like ignore this, block it down? So if you feel the call to do Kundalini training, then take a plunge and do it. Connect with me or connect with Levi. It's not the mind thing. It really is not. We need to learn how to live through the heart in this day and age. We are in the age of Aquarius now, and that's the age of living through the heart, not living through the mind. Mind cannot be trusted.
Mm.
And the
And
thoughts we
absolutely,
have,
yeah.
and
I
this,
was just going
go on.
sorry to interrupt. Say that whether we choose to live through the heart or not, we're already living through the heart. So, like when we decide against decisions that are already been made by the heart, that's when we're choosing the wrong path. So, like your heart is a brain, same as your stomach is a brain, your root is a brain, your sacral is a brain, your solar plexus is a brain. They're all different brains that work together to create what they're looking for is harmony.
Yeah.
But when you have, say, any of your chakras either rotating or vibrating in the wrong frequency, that's when we create problems for ourselves. So when we realize that the heart is the first brain, okay, so before we take any actions or make any decisions with the mind, we've already had the calling from the heart. All these decisions, they start from the heart, and then we translate it through our mind's eye or our brain or intuition or insight. And it's important to recognize that, like the heart makes any of our decisions before we even realize the decision's being made, and we walk forth with the heart. Like you see Zen masters, they always have their hands behind their back because they're opening their heart to the world and realize that this is the way that we approach reality. And it's also the way that we create our own reality, because if you can create that synergy with the heart, then you start to understand that you're also able to manipulate reality. As in, like, all your desires come from the heart, or even thoughts, they come from emotion. And where does emotion come from? So when we look at it in this way, it really shows to you and stipulates that if you want to change your reality, you have to connect yourself, not just be like, okay, this has gone wrong, I have to like really put my head into this. I really have to consciously try and create it, when in reality you need to feel what is the right direction and bring it up to the headspace and actually consciously create.
Yeah, absolutely. So my heart was warming up when you were speaking these words. I was just feeling that opening, and I'm just so glad. Like, really, my eyes are watering, because just to see how much you've grown, like since the last time I saw you, it just makes my heart sing. And that's what the interesting also bit in the relationship between the Kundalini yoga and the having a teacher and having an open heart, that the teachings are going to go straight into your heart. They're not going to go into your head. They go into your body, into your heart, and it unfolds and unfolds and unfolds in you, like a little present, like a little package, like a little bud that opens its petals slowly, and there's more fragrance actually being filled with the fragrance. So
Yeah.
when, like Levi said, when you have disharmony between the heart and the head, that's when we're creating disharmony in our world. So having the understanding and having the relaxation, being relaxed about feeling with your heart and living with your heart is a skill. We've never learned it. And basically, yeah, and teacher training gives you that training ground that you can just feel into it more, feel into it more, feel into yourself deeper. And Yeah, I mean, guys are here are incredible. I'm just gonna read a few comments. We have Marian. She's excited for this interview, and she says, "Love," or she or he. I'm sorry, I don't know. Love this, Autumn. Thank you for the inspiration. And Amaranya says, thank you for this message. Much appreciated. So, it is great. When people get together and we connect through the heart, it's the most beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most beautiful thing.
And it reverberates not only in the now, but it reverberates through lifetimes, like this is ancestral stuff. We've all been here before, and we've all started the journey a long time ago. And what I've kind of learned over time is that if we don't learn these lessons in the now, or in this lifetime, we have to come back. We have to do it all again. So the main thing and the main importance is using these ancient technologies to bring ourselves back to that point of when we do come back, is to not have to live the same lesson in this lifetime. And when we truly learn that lesson and take it forward, and kind of and bring that to others as well, it's not a personal journey. Your growth is not personal. We're all one. Your growth, if you go somewhere to do it, or even if you do it at your home, when you leave your door, as soon as you leave that door, or even when you're still at home, you're creating ripples that reverberate through the cosmic fibers, through those energetic fibers that are a part of everything. And you see it in people's faces. Sometimes, I think when I finished the year of the teacher training course, when we were getting up in the morning at 4 o'clock doing sadhana, an hour, 45 minutes of the Japji Sahib, and then an hour and a half of Kriya, and then another hour of just chanting, pure devotion, in silence as well, like on your own. No one to say, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. It's the discipline that you invoke on yourself that actually instills this level of vibration and heightening of frequency that enables you to spread this heightening of frequency like a vibration. You can just walk through town, and people that you've known for years and years and years, they want to ask you what you've been doing, and they want to know more, and they're just like, how can I get into this? How can I get involved? And I was lucky enough to have been doing the teacher training course, so I started teaching straight away.
Yeah.
And
You don't
the impact.
need to wait for finishing the teach training. You are so encouraged to start straight away to teach others. Whatever little you know, whatever little you think you know, you can start sharing and teaching straight away, So absolutely, it's not. And I just wanted to add that this training is not like going to college or university, nothing like that, not like being in school. We're not going to give you essays or I don't know. You will have a manual, quite comprehensive. Pardon? Say that again?
There are
Sorry, you cut out.
there are essays. There's a couple of essays, a couple of little ones.
One last thing, it is an exam. So you do the exam, which is an open book, and you create a course. So at the end of the training, you have a course set out in case you haven't started teaching. So you've got one ready to go. But there aren't any other like essays or exams that you have to write. And the work that you practice is bringing yourself back on the mat. Like Levi is saying, nobody's going to tell you, nobody's going to stand there with a whip saying, right, okay, 4 o'clock in the morning on your mat. You learn that discipline, because that discipline is going to differentiate between your mind chatter and arguing in your head and a dialogue in your head between that and just doing what you need to do, just following what you need to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree. And yeah, there's nothing really I want to add to that except for just the fact that it's important to kind of have the tutelage that like someone like yourself or I can offer in regards to just finding that center, finding that balance, and getting yourself to a point to where you feel like with the right tutelage, you'd be able to pass this on and to feel that golden chain, to feel that golden line, like come through you. As soon as you feel that come through you, then it's the right time, you know. And but it's also important at the same time if people are saying to you, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, oh, you're not ready for this, oh, you're not ready for that. That's also a test. It's also a test to show your own resolve, like to how far you're willing to take this. And uh, for me, it was literally one of the best things that ever happened to me was this teacher training, because I'd really opened up to myself. And before that, obviously, I'd spent so much time delaying, but it wasn't all delaying. I was all about the fun. I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to have fun here. I wanted to have fun there. And I took it as far as I could possibly take it. And once it got to that point, it's like, actually, this isn't actually fun. This isn't fun that's gonna see me through life. This isn't fun that's gonna help me grow. This isn't this isn't fun that's gonna show me or give me the tools to help people in a really beneficial and sustainable way. You know, there's lots of things that can make you inebriated out there, and you think, oh my god, I've had this amazing realization, and you've forgotten it by the next day. You can have these amazing chats, great connections on a certain thing that makes you inebriated, but the next day, like Amanjot was saying, you might not even like that person, and it's all about vibration. When you're doing a certain thing, it brings you all to the same vibration. So that's the only importance of it, is that you're all on the same vibration, regardless of your propensities, regardless of where you come into that space, or the vibration that you come into that space with. It brings you all to the same vibration, which is why you all get on. Everyone gets on at a party because they're all doing the same thing. But when you start to realize like you are working at a certain level, then someone's here, someone's here, someone's here, someone's here, someone's here. And that doesn't matter at all either, because everyone is at a different level. We've all experienced different lifetimes, different ages, and are at a different level in progression. But when you realize in your right mind that you're at a certain level, this guy's at a certain level, this person's at a certain level, this girl's at a certain level, and you can remain at your level, and you can help everyone to kind of raise their vibration to a certain level just by being sober and just sharing a few things that are channeled from ancient technology that were from way before. You start to realize that actually, like, I'm better off like just bringing what I can bring on a spiritual level, just being me. I don't need all of that. I don't need to do stuff just social. I don't need to do stuff just to help people to see things my way. And when you actually see that, it actually helps you. It pushes you. It elevates you to another rung on the ladder, in that sense, because you're like, okay, well, I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it that much to stop my own growth and to stop my own progression just to relate to people, because you also vibrated that frequency, and when you vibrated that frequency, the people that are meant to be in your life come to you.
Yeah. And you've touched on the really important point of being together and community. And one of the amazing things about this teachings is when we come together and we start to vibrate together, then we help each other to progress tenfold, like hundredfold.
Mm.
And that's why you, at the end of the training, you're going to be still you, but you're going to be more refined. You're
Mm.
going to be more cleansed. You're going to lose a lot of layers and you're going to be more purified. So it's like your essence become a bit more condensed without all the
Mm. Focus.
fluff, all the fluff around it.
Yeah.
You
That's
know, which is a beauty, because we're carrying so much unnecessary stress, not only from our lifetime, not only from our mothers and fathers. We carry ancestral length long of stuff, which is in our cells, which is in our thoughts, you know, like I was just sharing. And we don't need to carry this anymore. This Aquarian age allows us, we have the technology to drop these things, to drop the BS and to be you. Imagine if you could speak to people and know exactly what they meant just because they were telling you straight. You know, it's not like they say, oh yeah, maybe, which means definitely not. Like there's no code behind the words. It's all very simplified, all straight. There's no beating about the bush. Wouldn't the life be so much more simplified? And
mm.
less stress. You'll have to use less of the brain capacity on this unnecessary stuff. And you'll be just focusing on what is really important in your life. You know, being with people that you like and you love, sharing good times, sharing good food, doing stuff that is inspiring you, rather than just plodding along every day, doing the things that you've done for the past 20 years just because you've done it for the past 20 years. You know,
Mm.
what is the reason you wake up in the morning? Do you wake up in the morning thinking, oh, I've got another day, I've got so many things I want to bring into life and I want to manifest them, or I want to make this better? Or are you waking up and thinking, oh, another day, another drag? You know,
Yeah,
what
that's
go
how it all starts. Like it's very important to realize that you are the creator of your own reality, and the sooner you realize that, the better your life's going to be. Because if you do wake up, and this is why the importance of sadhana is so important. It's like one thing I never realized, which I did realize during the teacher training, was that if you wake up in the dawn hours of the morning, and everyone says, oh, I wish there was more hours in the day. There is actually more hours in the day. There's so many in the day because you wake up, do sadhana, and you will have energy. It will take you through to 11, 12 o'clock at night. You can get by with 4 hours. If you're doing it the right way, you literally, you can, to be fair, I was going to bed a bit earlier when I was doing the sadhana, like every morning with the cold kind of stuff. But you wake up at 4 in the morning, you do your sadhana. It's like if you like your coffee, then I've got something to tell you. This is 100 times more powerful than any coffee you're ever gonna have. Because you wake up in the morning, you do your sadhana, you do your devotion. You also submit, or you surrender to the divine flow of life, and you also help to bring in through devotion. Like, you don't have to be a believer. You can be an atheist, and you can just believe that there's some sort of biomagnetic field that can help you to bring in the energy that you need for the day by doing it this time of day. But that act of devotion and the covering your head, which is why I'm wearing this right now, like as we're speaking, I'm not injecting my ego into this. I'm literally speaking from the heart. This is another reason why we cover our head, especially for sadhana. It's another act of devotion because we're not injecting our own ego into it. And we get the most of the benefits back too. So when you actually awaken and you instill this discipline and that commitment to cause, because it is a cause, it's a cause of cosmic and planetary escalation of vibration. It's your first step to being able to vibrate and emanate more compassion, more understanding, more empathy. And this is the great thing about Kundalini, especially for men, I have to say. Especially for men, it helps you connect to your feminine, because that is another important aspect. For Kundalini, we have to connect to the masculine and the feminine. And it always starts with the feminine. We live in a patriarchal society, not for much longer, but I think everything started off as matriarchal. And understanding that we live in a womb, creation is a womb, creation always comes from a womb, and it always starts with the feminine, is another act of submission that we as masculine people can understand. That look, like ego is so easy. Ego is such an easy go-to for men because like we provide, we protect, we do all of these things. But in reality, if it wasn't for the feminine aspect of things, we wouldn't be here to provide or protect. So it's a symbiotic relationship. And this is the whole concept of Ida and Pingala, moving up to Sushumna in complete balance.
Yeah.
Once you balance those energies of protection and creation, we create heaven on earth in our own bodies. And this is the whole aspect of Christic consciousness. This is the whole aspect of I don't know if any of you guys watching right now know about like the Santa Claus. Like the clause is the energy rising up the Sushumna with the Ida and Pingala, activating these energies that are waiting dormant not only at the base of the spine, which is the Kundalini snake, but also at the base of our neck. We also have a block here, which also opens with correct Kundalini training. Complete flow of energy, you can reach a state called samadhi, which I have the privilege of experiencing over a period of time. And in this state, you can manifest at will. But the funny thing about that is, it's not about when you're able to manifest at will. It's not actually about manifesting at will. You don't want to manifest at will. You're happy in the now, which is like it's a paradox, but it's something which I think you could probably understand as well. It's like everything is at your feet, but at the same time, you don't want to step on it. The beauty of reality, and it's like it's the whole analogy of picking a flower that you love.
Yeah. It's when that the paradox lays in everything existing at the same time, and you not arguing with it, and you just observing and contemplating it. And you can imagine a drop of water that is about to join a surface of ocean. And so that drop is you. Drop is you. You, the identity, you have these ears and eyes and the length of hair and body, whatever you have. So you are the identity, and the ocean is everything that is. And you as an identity touching the surface of that water. And it's before you completely lose yourself in there. But at the same time, you have yourself and your identity, and you in connection with that surface. So that's what harmony, samadhi, union is. You, you're not hanging there and start to say, oh no, I don't want to go in. Oh, but oh no, take me all in. Too much noise, too much chatter. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to feel yourself and be present in everyday situation. It's phenomenal because, like Levi was saying, you are the creator of your life. Whether you create hell or heaven, it's up to you, because it all happens from within you. If you can manifest peace within yourself, then there will be peaceful environment around you. Yeah, yeah. So I wonder if you guys have any questions. I am enjoying this a lot, and I'm so happy to meet the people who I've not met before. Yeah, so ask me away, and Levi will come back and answer the questions as well. But whilst you're writing, I've had somebody ask me a question today on my poll, because they think that Kundalini is dangerous. So I just want to touch upon that. And I know there's lots of things on internet like Kundalini activation and Kundalini massage or Kundalini everything. Kundalini became a very commercial word. It's kind of a savvy word now. Everybody wants to use to feel they walking in foot. But Kundalini is your life's potential. It's that nerve that when you touch it, it awakens you. And so if you can awaken your own life's potential within you, then what else do you need? You don't need anything else. And the reason the Kundalini is dangerous is that it can help you bring yourselves all into yourself. And you and creator within you will be the only control mechanism. You will not be controlled by people or government or somebody else's opinions of you. You will not be guarded by your relatives that project on you. You know, when you were a kid, maybe they wanted you to go to a tennis club because they always wanted to be a tennis player, but they couldn't do that in their lifetime, so they project it onto you. You know, you become independent. You become authority and sovereign for yourself. Now that is dangerous, because you'll be thinking and making decisions for yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That independence is something. It is. It's like you say. It's sovereign. It's sovereign. Like we are all kings and queens. It's literally about realizing the fact of that. Um, and like things are in place at the moment. Societal constraints are in place at the moment for us to not be able to realize our own sovereignty. And it's like this work. Even say that the royal family, they're there to remind you or to tell you that you're not a sovereign being, that you don't have the same power as they do, you don't have the same potential as what they have. When in reality, it's literally about actually saying, no, I don't believe in that. I am an independent, sovereign being. I am a king, or I am a queen, or I am an empress. I'm an emperor. I'm a pharaoh. I am this, I am that. And then you start to remember, you start to feel like, actually, this is something that has been innate in me for such a long time. And the only reason I'm not creating the reality that I want to create is because I forgot. I've forgotten what I'm supposed to be remembering right now. I've forgotten what I'm supposed to be focusing on right now. Money doesn't make you happy. Happiness makes you happy. Uh, love
Joy
doesn't
makes you
make you happy.
happy, yeah.
Loving yourself makes you happy.
Yeah.
Uh, Bliss, bliss is only a state of being. Like you can literally bring yourself into bliss without any of the constraints or kind of permutations that you think is what you need to experience bliss. There was a meme I saw ages ago, was always stuck with me, and there's two monks sat at a river. There's a young monk and there's an old monk, and the young monk goes up to the old monk and he says, "Nothing makes sense." And the old monk says, "It does, doesn't it?" And that's what it's about. It's like realizing that it's all there for you. Okay, 1 second.
I will answer the question. I've got a question here about how long have I been practicing, or how long I've been on this journey with Kundalini. So I first came to Kundalini Yoga class 2009. So that was 16 years ago now. Yeah, 16 years ago. And I just didn't plan to go. Somebody recommended. I just thought, oh, I'll try. I've tried all the other things, Tai Chi, normal yoga in the gym. I've tried this and that, Feng Shui, you name it. And it did not give me fulfillment. The yoga I was doing in the gym, it was doing something good for my body, but I felt empty inside. So I went to that Kundalini yoga class, and in that first class, I've had an experience like I just came home. I just totally came home. I mean, my background is that I was born in Azerbaijan, which is a Soviet bloc. I lived in Ukraine for 12 years. Then I came to England. So I'm a bit of a displaced person, so to speak, displaced soul. And in that class, I came home. I didn't need to be anywhere in the world. I just needed to be inside. And I saw images of myself. I had an out-of-body experience, and I saw images of me wearing everything white, had a white head cover and a veil. I looked like a princess sitting on this white lotus. And I thought, yes, this is me. This is me. That I can relate to. And lo and behold, when I've started teaching, and I actually started teaching almost straight away, because for me it was such a amazing experience. I just came home and I gathered my girlfriends and I said, okay, I know how to tune in, I know how to tune out, we're gonna do this. Nothing else I knew. And we just did it. I don't know, we did some kind of meditation, maybe some chanting. That was my class, my first class. Because yeah, it just felt so profound. And you know, I've been chasing that vision since the day one. And then I realized, actually, when I teach, I wear white, I wear turban a lot of times. I am that. I am that. So I have created what I was chasing, or what I really wanted to see in my life, because we're all creators and there is no God outside of us. Forget that. That's Piscean BS. The God is within, and we are all one. We are all part of that source of light that's far, far somewhere in the cosmos and in universe, that is just traveling through time. We are all one. It's just somebody's forward, somebody to the left, somebody's underneath. Who cares? You know? Oh, thank you for your question. That was a lovely question to ask. And I have been teaching teacher trainings for 7 years now. I have taught about over 70 teachers now, and but the students don't even ask me. This is like thousands of people that came through. And yeah, I had a privilege to serve So Amaranya says, that resonates so much. I remember my first experience, just wanted to share it with everyone. Thank you for sharing this. Beautiful. Yeah, do share it in the comments. We'd love to read it. And we'd love to know what your experience was. And if there's anybody else had an experience on their first Kundalini yoga class, please do share it. You know, it's golden. Yeah. Sharing is golden. Sharing is caring.
Mm. That's it. We're going to share this video as well because we can save and share, can't we? So,
Yes. I'm going to try downloading this and
yeah.
then put it on YouTube as well. So you can share it far and wide and yeah, just inspire people, you know, inspire people. And, you know, this training obviously costs a bit of money, and but there's always a payment plan. You know, you have to pay a deposit of £300 to secure your place, and then over 10 months you pay £200 just to pay off the rest. And you know, it's manageable. Actually, it's manageable. I remember when I started my
It's not just 500. It's £200 a month, isn't it? Like to
yeah, sorry, £200 a month for 10 months. That's right. Yeah. So the full price is 2,300. Yeah. And that includes your manuals, that includes all of the teaching hours, and we have 220 teaching hours, which is more than any other yoga training in UK. So
and
we give loads.
yeah, that's just the teaching hours. The hours that you have to put in as well, month to month. We have a morning sadhana, which we have to practice every day for the month. You wake up in the morning, you have your cold shower, you do your active devotion, you do your kriya. But we're all doing that together, so you can kind of all of you guys can sort of jump in on a WhatsApp, and you can start to do your sadhanas together, which gives you that community support as well as helping to kind of develop your own practice. And then every time we have the teaching hours, at the end of each month, we change the Kriya. So we're doing 30 days of one Kriya, which could be like basic energy Kriya. And then we do 30 days of, say, awakening to your 10 bodies. And it's amazing because that was the part of it that made me realize it's not just about kind of doing a Kriya and being like, oh, I know how it goes, blah, blah, blah. I can feel the energy. Like, there's not much more I need to learn from this. It's that dedication. Like, sometimes it's like you get to the 30th day and you're like, actually, I've only just got it. I've literally just got it. And you want to keep going with it and continue that kind of progress. But it's also good as well because it gets you to a sort of a comfort zone, and then it takes you on to the next career. And that's also kind of instigated by the teachers. You've got Satnadar, Hari, isn't it? Hari. Oh, sorry.
Hari, yes, she's not doing this training. No, this training will be with Dr. Haridas from USA.
Oh wow.
And myself, yeah, and other teachers that might jump on, depending on the group and depending what group needs. So, yeah. And are you holding sadhanas then? Regular sadhanas?
I hold regular sadhanas. I'm also doing it online as well. So, if any of you guys do want to sign up to the morning sadhana course or to my Wednesday evening classes. We start at 6:30, and it usually goes on for like, well, we actually start at 7, but I allow half an hour for everyone to kind of come in, ask any questions about, that they have about it, and also share the last week that they've spent kind of integrating the classes because Kundalini is that powerful. It's that powerful that you actually start to realize when we start doing like kriyas which are specifically based on, say, one chakra. So we do like a throat center kriya, and through that week people actually start realizing what it's about. They're like, oh my god, I was more able to speak my truth, I was more able to set boundaries and actually state what I need. And these are people that have always been quiet their whole lives and shy and just kind of reserved, and they start to realize that it's all about balance of every aspect of our being, and understanding that the more work we do on ourselves, and realize that we're not just our mind, we're not just our thoughts, we're not just the stuff that enters our heads, and it also starts somewhere else energetically. That they start to realize, like, actually, like, I'm starting to realize where all this is coming from, and even already, just kind of starting back up into the teaching, I'm starting to see massive differences in people, and I'm actually starting to be able to, and I'm not going to say that I understand Kundalini in a way that I'm able to kind of change the technology, but I am able to kind of read the room and understand people's needs to a point of where I'm able to say, okay, this meditation will be great for you. And this meditation is going to help you kind of regulate your heart. Well, this meditation is going to help you be less anxious. And I've started to be able to put different poses together to kind of help people get into a space where they're able to be the best they can be in that moment in time. So sometimes it doesn't have to be a full kriya. Sometimes just a few asanas are able to help people reach where they need to be, say, before we do a sound healing ceremony or before we do meditation.
Yeah, like a warm up, for the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's good to know that you do in sadhana regularly and you open the space for other people. That's such a service. That's so brilliant. I'm really happy to know this, and I'm happy to share that on my channels as well. Just send me information. Because people need somebody to lead, to follow is much easier than to lead, but to take responsibility for your own life is hard because we're not used to it, but with the right support and with the right training you are able to do this. And yeah, I just wanted to just kind of round up. If there's any last questions, very happy to answer them. Otherwise, just, yeah, reach out to myself or to Levi. Levi is doing lots of classes, doing sadhana online, so it's in person and online. Just share where you are in the world.
Yeah, I'm based in Aylesbury at the moment, and in addition to classes, I'm also at a beautiful farmhouse in Aylesbury, and we offer, like, obviously since I started with the Kundalini stuff, I've actually moved into a lot more of that kind of trauma healing, trauma response kind of, and kind of cognitive repair, like all these programs that are being pushed upon us. My life's purpose now is to help people reintegrate into their spiritual purpose. So I offer a harpe ceremony with a beautiful shaman called Simi, and we do kind of reintegration, spirituality. We do sound healing, and you can see the gong behind me here.
That's a bigger one that you had when you started teach training.
I know it's a little one. It's like a little 18-inch, but there again, I always knew I was going to be working with sound in this modality, and I've obviously been a musician for it's pushing 25 years now. And we also obviously it's a retreat, so we offer in a retreat situation. We have 12 beds. We can offer accommodation. It's all vegan food here. We offer like a modality which I've been working on, which is called quantum massage, in which we kind of help reactivate meridians and release trauma through the back. Obviously, I teach Kundalini Yoga here on the retreats in person and online. And yeah, what else we do? I've just built a traditional Russian banya as well, because this is kind of a secret of the Russians. This is one of their secrets to longevity, to Zen, without kind of having to meditate for as long. In which you kind of get really hot. We're getting it up to like 85 degrees Celsius at the moment. And you're coming inside and you're doing treatment with oak leaves, pushing the steam into the body, then scrubs with honey, salt, and lemon. And then you come outside, jump into a dipping pool, get your temperature right down to a chill, and then you come back in and we do the other side. And that kind of extreme as well. It's almost like it's almost like the feeling that we get with Kundalini, but like having to put your body through extremes. With Kundalini, it's a very, very, very gentle process that pushes you exactly to where you need to be. But with the Banya, it's like extreme this way, extreme that way, and it's kind of like the Wim Hof stuff. You see that like people get so much out of that, but that's what it is pushing your body to the mode where it's like almost in survival mode, and then you have to be alert, you have to be aware, and it just kind of rockets you into a state of awareness.
Yeah, banyas are brilliant. I love it. If there are plenty people in Aylesbury, I'll come and teach in Aylesbury. I don't mind. Come and teach training in there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We've been talking about this already, haven't we? And it's actually quite central in the UK in regards to London, the southwest, and the north.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very much an option. And we have enough beds to kind of get all of you guys in. Like the chef is legendary as well. Like you wouldn't believe that it's vegan food, to be honest. Like Simi has got such a touch with food, and we actually only finished a retreat yesterday. The guys just left yesterday, went from Friday to Monday, and that was all of the modalities. So we had Harpe, we had Sananga, we had ecstatic dance, had Kundalini yoga, meditation, sound healing, massage, quantum massage, Rife machine, foot detox. We had the Banya as well. We did the Banya for 2 of the days because the guys like really got a lot out of it. They cleared it, to be honest. And yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, no, it was a really amazing experience, and that's the best thing is to see people come as one person and to see them go home as another person, but more of themselves. It's not like they're coming here and just changing completely. What they're doing is actually finding themselves on a different level, and this is what I'm here for. This is what Amanjot is here for as well, is to help you find that true power.
Yeah, to like not just find it, you already have it. You just rediscovering it again
Mm-hmm.
for yourself. And yeah, Kundalini yoga is a great tool for that. And when you come to the training, you've learned the foundational stuff about this. And so that will be a toolbox that will be with you for life. You use it, you help others, you teach others to use it or not, or you share with others, and it's just gonna change your life. So if you feel the call, answer it. Don't go too much into head. If you don't have enough money, money will come because universe really wants you to do this. And yeah, so reach out, because I don't know whether this will be happening next year or year after, because with the life it is, you just don't know nowadays what's going to happen tomorrow. But for now, it's happening 6th of March, and we run through to November, and it's an amazing opportunity to come on board and learn the tools for yourself and actually understand and feel how these things work, how the breath work, how mantra works, how sound, quantum sound and shabads work, how your body, when it sits in a specific position, when you hold your arms to certain degrees and your legs to certain degrees, changes everything. So you can also look better, younger. You can rejuvenate lots of the cells, like all of the cells in your body, That's why it takes 40 days. That's why it takes 90 days, 120 days. We learn all about that. We learn why we do it for 7 minutes, 11 minutes, 62 minutes. You know, we learn how to breathe properly. Like one of the such important things is how to breathe. Do we breathe? Do we actually let ourselves to bring that juicy prana into our body that doesn't just bring oxygen and nitrogen, it brings life. So are we really living fully in our body, or we just halfway here, halfway there? Oh, not sure. Yeah. So yeah, that's from me. I mean, if you want anything else to add, or if people have any more questions, please share in the comments. We'd love to answer them. But otherwise, Levi, I'll let you close your part.
Yeah, no, that's it really. It's been a pleasure just sharing my experience, and my heart is filled with love and compassion for everyone that's going to see this video. And thank you for the questions. Thank you for getting me onto this, and thank you for the initial getting me onto this as well. And another thank you to Holly for getting me involved. Honestly, I will forever be in gratitude and love and indebted to opening me up to this experience, because at the start I was like, oh yeah, I do a bit of yoga, because I'd awakened out of this dark place. I was already doing yoga. I was already meditating, and but I didn't have a teacher, and she introduced me to you. So it's important for everyone out there that's considering something, and they're feeling that awakening. They're feeling that point in themselves that says, "Look, I need something else. This isn't. I'm not going in the right direction, but I can feel this awakening. I can feel this activation rising within me." It's important that you find yourselves a teacher like myself or Amanjot, just just to help you kind of find that direction and focus it, because a lot of the time it can be expressed in anger. A lot of the time it can be expressed in ignorance. And when we do it this way, we're giving our energy everywhere. It becomes chaos. It's just coming out of us for every direction. And this is what causes dis-ease. Okay? For you to be at ease, you need to find your passion, you need to ignite that, and you also need to keep this flame at a right temperature, at a right burn. And once you find that and you center these flames, it actually keeps all that energy retained, and you're able to channel it up your Sushumna, up to your brain, up to your third eye, up to the crown, open the crown, and conglomerate all of these energies to be a power for yourself and also a power to humanity.
Yeah.
That's all I need to add, is that don't give up. If you feel like there's something missing in life, then Kundalini is for you. If you're worried about kind of the dangers of Kundalini, which we were touching upon before, there is no danger to Kundalini practice if you have the right teacher. The only danger, there are some people out there like, oh, I can activate your Kundalini straight away, and they can, because they're injecting this energy into you, and that's dangerous. But what we do is not dangerous in any way, shape, or form, because we're giving you the tools that you need to be able to handle your Kundalini awakening, which is inevitable in this lifetime or the next.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. We do it
just
in a measured way. Yeah, we do it in a measured way, and we feel, as teachers, we feel like personally, I want to add that I am bringing the Satnam Rasayan healing into the teachings now. I'm teaching from the place of feeling rather than thinking. And like Levi, you shared that as well, that you contemplate the room, you know, you feel into the room and what is needed, and you feel the blocks and you feel the tensions, and you bring the correct practice to alleviate that tension and block. So that's a different level of teaching altogether. I have not taught like that before, so I am tenfold deeper than before, and so that's going to be a very special training.
Yeah.
And I have a guide, a teacher who I follow as well for these, for these new energies. I mean, they're not new, they're ancient. It's just we were on the cusp of going into Aquarian age, and people were still very much in their heads when they were teaching. So, teaching from a place of shunya and the inner stillness, it's a different ball game altogether.
Absolutely. And this is what I feel. And it's funny, isn't it? Because the further you advance, the more you actually realize there's just so much more. There's like, I think even when we talk about samadhi, you're still only touching upon what we're going for. It's just another rung up the ladder, but it doesn't mean to say that you've achieved what you're looking to achieve. But from that perspective, are on level, and place to be able to see you on your journey and to take that next step on the ladder.
Yeah. So reach out. Lovely to see all people on this live. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your attention. And thank you, Levi. I had such a wonderful time. I'm just so happy to see you in this new way that I haven't seen you before. You just like blossomed and opened up even more. So I'm just like so happy. Over the moon. I'm over the moon. And we'll be doing another live next week. I think it's Monday or Tuesday. Sorry, can't remember. But it will be with another student, Jane, and you know her as well, Jane Bolbeck.
Jane, I can't wait to see you. I'm going to watch. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, please do. Lots of love to everyone. And have a wonderful life and have a wonderful evening.
You guys.
Bye.
Satnam.